Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is your baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, here with another Create and Relate. Those who are not here, I hope you catch us on the replay. And before I even get started, I want to thank all of my subscribers. I ask all who come in to please remember to use your key. The comment section is open, so feel free to leave your comments. Remember to be respectful to everybody in the comments, as we are a loving community, and that's what we spread. We spread our ideas about our crafts. We keep each other updated on how we're doing, and we check on each other, and we spread love and encouragement. So, welcome all in. I appreciate knowing who's here. One thing I would like to remind everybody ever so often, check your subscriptions. Make sure you're still subscribed to the people that you subscribe to. I just happened to check yesterday, and I was no longer subscribed to someone I watch every day. So I don't know how YouTube goes through and does that, but just keep an eye on your subscriptions and make sure. Hey, beautiful, how are you? I understand. I do understand. So I think that was two things off my list. I do ask that if you like my content, please share it. I am really trying to reach that high number. I'm taking mine in little baby steps. Um, I like slow and steady. If it's fast, that's great. I'm not knocking it at all. Right now, I'm at 359 in subscriptions, and I would really love to see that 500 mark. I really, really would. I'm almost at 21,000 views and almost at 900 viewing hours. So, of course, I would like to see those numbers increase as well. Um, so, all of that's under the thank yous. And don't forget to check on your subscriptions. I think I told you all that. As a matter of fact, I know I did. About my idea to have a video star per week. And last week, it was our dear, sweet, precious Michelle of Yes Michelle Crochets. I always seem to leave out a word in everybody's handle. It's not intentional, y'all. It really isn't. I would say I'm 61. I've earned the right to forget, but sometimes it can be a little worrisome as we forget things. Um, This week, I decided to mention them early in the week so that you all can share the experience with me. This week, I am watching Lori of Lori's Stories and Crochet. She reminds me a lot of myself as she bounces around. I see ADHD all over, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I think it's a beautiful thing to watch, especially in adults, because we know something is happening that we can't sit still, be still, stay on one thing too long. But it's I won't say it's confusing. There's a certain beauty in the rhythmic non-rhythm of it, if you understand what I'm saying. Um, we don't flow like everybody else. And I find this to be true in a lot of creatives. And I think that's why I enjoy being around creatives so much, because I feel at home, have being ADHD myself. Uh, I got the harder one to go with it, the OCD, the true OCD. No, I'm not a neat freak. There is a difference between being a neat freak and having OCD. Most people I know who have OCD are not neat freaks. We, if you tell us like clean up your room, we do stuff like take out a drawer and everything in that drawer has a space. And if there's something on the other side of the room that belongs in that drawer, we're going to get up and go over there. We can cross 20 things that need to be done between this side of the room and that side of the room. But the focus now is this drawer and getting this drawer straight. And one of the things that throws us off is when things in that particular area get out of sorts. I have a crochet cart that was given to me 3 Christmases ago. And I will go through and set that cart up maybe twice a year. And then, of course, someone will come through and they will add something or take something away that doesn't belong. I'm looking at a football up there right now. I don't play football. I did in high school, but I don't play football. But it's there. I'm looking at a book of stickers that's sticking in the side instead of in the top where it's supposed to be. Yeah. So, like I said, to watch Lori is like a breath of fresh air. She tries to acknowledge everyone in her chats. She's open to suggestions, ideas. She asks questions and she will answer questions. She's extremely creative. I was looking at a Care Bear that she made, and I declare, I thought I was looking at one of the cartoon drawings. It was so pretty. It was so adorable and so cute. And she was exhibiting the last video I saw. She was showing her yarns and the different weights, and she had a lace weight one, and she not at all, not, I think it's, Michelle, I would love that. I would love that, because it's a way to get us out in the community. It's a way for everybody to see who we are, instead of, everybody, hi Sunita, how are you? But instead of people having their own little sex or whatever, sex as in SECTS. Come on, y'all. But I think it will give a lot of people who need the boost, who need the assistance, that attention. So yes, I would love it. I would love it. And if anyone else feels encouraged to do the same, please, please, please. That's how we help each other. That's exactly how we help each other. So if I mention a person and somebody who comes in here doesn't know of you, then they learn of you. And if you mention a person, like they say, each one teach one. That excites me. That's like, yay, I had a good idea. Yay. Okay, so like I said, this week it's Lori's Stories and Crochet. Pebbles! I feel the hugs. How are you? And again, hello, Sunita. How are you? Um, what I was talking about is my video stars for each week. Last week, it was Michelle of Yes, Michelle Crochets. And this week, it's Lori Stories and Crochets. And just go check the channels out. Give them the viewing hours. Like I said, pick a playlist and just watch it. You know, if you are cleaning and just need the background noise. But I'm telling you, these two ladies are extremely interesting. So you might get sidetracked and you might have to sit down and watch. I'm telling you, it's they're interesting. They are very interesting. I usually have myself on TV while I have myself here, so I can see. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about was respect. And that must have been a really big thing because I wrote it 2 times. In scrolling through trying to find a creator to star this week, I ran across a channel where the creator themselves was not very respectful. I'm not a shade thrower. I will, tell the gist of what happened, but I'm not really going into detail. Um, I don't know what happened. I did notice that this person had a lot of subscribers, and that's great. I'm happy for them, but I don't. I don't. I know that there's something for everybody, and I'm extremely open-minded. Um, During a little bit of my past, and I'm an erotic poet, but I know that we have an eclectic group here, and I wouldn't, and we have some like Winsome Cat. There is no way I would bring that kind of poetry into here, knowing that she's one of our babies. I would not do that to her. I don't read my poetry aloud in front of my grandkids. They're just, and I'm not saying this person was vulgar. I'm saying that they, in my interpretation of respect, were very disrespectful to the people that were in their chat. And I stayed in there for probably about 5 minutes, and I would see the number rise, and then I would see it drop twice as fast because of the things that this person was saying. Also, on the flip side of that coin, when you come into the chat, please respect the host and everybody who's there. If you feel like you might have a moment, step away. Step away. Um, we don't we don't need that kind of upsetness. I love it when our hosts can politely put people in their place. Um, I experienced that. I think it was Saturday night with Michelle, and I cannot remember the creator's name. Oh my God, Marty, with Michelle and Marty. I declare I know Marty from somewhere. I know her from somewhere, and I don't know where. And it was so. This is the second time I've seen her on YouTube, but the first time I saw her, I was immediately drawn to her. And then when I saw her Saturday night, I'm like, no, no, no. I know her. I remember having conversation with her, like face to face. And I believe she knew my mother, but we'll figure it out. So I'm a person who's really big on respect. No, 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 no. Um, it's okay. It's okay to see that because I think you handle it like a professional. And I was really happy to see, that no one, it helps me grow. I'm Sagittarius. I'm very much a Sagittarius. I tend to be outspoken and raw. And sometimes my word choices are not what they should be. And I think that when I watch other people and learn and grow from you all, it's good for me. So if I see that you have to put someone in their place and the diplomatic way that you can do it, it helps me. I'm like, okay. you know, it's okay. It's okay. Don't feel that you need to apologize. Don't feel that, nothing needed to change about that. That whole situation was perfect. It was like a yin and yang way to approach it, because Marty was like stern, like hard stern, but still respectful. She came across as security guard, you know, or sergeant at arms, and you came across as mother, and it was helpful to me to see that, because I can be a little quick. I remember one time in the grocery store, I got tired of, y'all know I ride a scooter. So I was up next at the register, and I had already had an incident on New Year's Eve where a lady jumped in front of me because she said she forgot to ring up her gum. And then there was a dude lurking around the front. Maybe it was either the next day or a couple of days later. So as I'm approaching the counter, he just jumps in front of me, not in line. He's just standing up front lurking. So he jumps in front of me and starts scanning his items. And the meat of me, at first I said no words. I just shoved all of his stuff on the floor and told him, not today. Not today. Unless you plan to pay for that and this, that's not happening today. And I got really, really indignant. And at that point, it's like, once I start, then it's bad. Oh, I understand what you're saying, but and I understand that the situations are different, because that individual at the grocery store, I hope to never see that person again, unless they're coming to me and apologizing for what they did. Will I apologize to them for my word choices? No. And the reason I won't is because I meant every word I said to the fullest capacity. I am tired of people taking advantage of older, handicapped people. And until it sinks in, until more of us start fighting back and staking our positions, it's going to continue to happen. So no, I would not. Honesty. Song goes, I'm not going to be able to do it. Nah, I can't. Okay, so upcoming plans. In that, I want to talk about things that I have actually completed in the month of March. I got more granny squares done for Jennifer and Daniel, and I'm hoping to get those off this month. I think I've had my share of granny squares. I think if a crochet along or make along comes along and it involves granny squares, I'm going to have to excuse myself from that one. And I may go back to it. It's just right now. I have seen anywhere from 2 to 15 granny squares every day this year. It's another one I'm not going to be able to do. We're what, 93, 92, 93 days into the year? No, no, no. Mm-mm. I can't do that. I need a break. Um, But I did do those. I have done a few more hats for Jeanette. Hats are something I can put down for a couple of days, pick it up, do another one. I think Michelle has a washcloth a week, and I probably just sitting around thinking, doing nothing, might do a hat or two hats a week. And, just it's something quick. It's something, and I won't say so. Instant gratification, because I don't really get that as much as I get total number of projects done by a certain time. Um, and I tend to kind of beat myself up if it's little items. I want to get the big stuff done. Um, I did work on, I have only caught up on 3 of my Luck of the Draw projects, but I finally finished The Word in Ghost Brothers. So last night rather, I did 8 rows of this. I am going to, when I pick this up again, um, I have 4 more rows of the green to do. And then I will start adding the last name, which is Spratt. And I get excited when I get to the words or the pictures. So I'll be excited at that point and probably be sitting here with the tongue hanging out the mouth. And, that's when I really get into it. This is, I told myself, no more new items on the hook. So, day before yesterday, I had the idea that I wanted to do a shawl / shrug, and I'm using the colors orange, yellow, kind of an orange sickle, and white. Those colors scream sunrise to me. So I'm calling it a sunrise sprawl. Yeah. I thought about shawl. I thought about a lot of things, but I like sprawl better because it'll kind of sprawl around you. So that is what I'm currently working on. All I have right now is the nape done. That's the only part I have done. And that's what makes it different than a shawl. You will have the capability of closing it at the Kiara! I'm sorry, y'all. When I first started my YouTube channel, I adopted this young lady right away. Kiara. My dear sister Kiara. Oh my goodness. And I haven't seen a lot of her here lately, but I understand. So when I do get to see her pop up, I guess you can see my heart just explodes. I am so happy to see you. Oh my goodness, I really am. Oh, okay. So back to the luck of the draw. What I have decided I'm going to do is what typical people do. I'm going to dedicate a day to luck of the draw. It may be this afternoon, it may be tomorrow, but my plans are to get caught up on luck of the draw. I have 5 more projects. Was it 5? No, it's 6. 6 more projects that I no. I did the snake, and I did 3 of the blankets. So I have 4 of the projects done. I have 5 that I need to catch up on. So hello, Emersons, how are you? Welcome in. Emily, I'm sorry. So nice to see you. Yay. Everybody, please don't forget to leave your thummies. But yes, I only have two more blankets, one more blanket, and then the hat and cows. So I have 5 more that I need to catch up on. And I can do those tonight. The cows are simple. The turtleneck cowl is 3 rows of the pick color, 2 rows of the background color. The infinity cowl is 1 row of each. So it's not like those would be hard to do. I could probably knock those out today. Yay! Thank you. You are so welcome. Okay, let me finish one. See, that's the ADHD brain. But then the hats, of course, one is going to be an oversized slouch hat, and the other one, haven't decided whether it's going to be a ruffle hat or not. But either way, those are the hats that I'm working on. And the blanket that I need to catch up on is Pebbles and Picos. And that one is named after our dear sweet Pebbles. But there are other projects that I want to dedicate time to. So what I'm going to do is pick 2 projects a day outside of Luck of the Draw that I'm going to be investing time in. And being that I started this one day before yesterday, I picked it up because I worked on the Ghost Brothers last night. This is what I originally came up with, and it didn't give me the tickles. It didn't give me that warm fuzzy feeling inside. So I'm redoing it. This is the one I came up with first. It didn't give me the warm fuzzies either. So they're too closed in for me. I want to make them. This is 100% cotton I'm working with. So I want to make sure that they're light and airy, because not only are the colors so springy, but we are in spring. And I don't plan to. The only other color in here that would make me think winter or fall is the orange. And I don't want this to be on my hook until October. I want this to be off my hook pretty soon. And I want it to be beautiful and amazing. And I want it to give me all the fuzzies. Now, about Kiara. She and I were working on something, and I happened to say I was working with my scrap yarn, and she said that she likes to call scrap chaos. So when you hear me refer to something as chaos, like I've made a lot of chaos hats, a lot of chaos washcloths, so forth and so on, I got that term from Kiara. I think it just works so well instead of saying scrap. And it does. To me, it sounds better too. Oh, I got one that'll beat y'all. I have 2 grandbabies. When I tell you they argue every day, they argue every day. They argue every day. To the point that most of the time when they start, I'll just push my room door to, lay down and go to sleep. I don't understand it. Maybe it was because I was an only child and I grew up by myself. I didn't argue with any of my ifs. We didn't argue. Okay. I tell you, Michelle, you're right. Well, mine, bless their hearts, when they come, they're here. Okay, upcoming plans. So, like I told you, I'm working on the Sunrise Pro. I am working on the the Ghost Brothers blanket, which is going to have everybody's name on it. I see it in my mind. It's going to be so pretty. It's the background is striped green, and I'm using like um, the they just call it green. I'm using green and mint for the background. Um, I know that those are the creator's favorite colors. Oh, but I know that those are the creator's favorite. Purple and green are his favorite colors. Purple is my favorite color. So I have this sparkling purple that I got from Mainstay. His whole blanket is in Mainstay. So I have the sparkling purple that I got, and I'm using. He has 4 channels. Um, of course, the one with the Ghost Brothers. That's when I first started following them. I'm a paranormal buff. And then he has the Graveyard Shift. And he sprouted off from the Graveyard Shift and got the Graveyard Shift True Crimes. Now, if you are a true crime fanatic, that's one that you might want to watch. And that's Graveyard Shift or GYS True Crimes. And what he does is find crime stories that either have or have not been solved that you really don't hear a lot about. And he gives it his little twist in storytelling. He's very good at storytelling, but it just keeps you aware. And a lot of things that he's done here lately are missing persons. So, it also helps you not forget that these people are missing and to keep an eye out when you go out. I like that segment probably um, more than any of the others because I think I'm more true crimes than I am paranormal. I see enough paranormal in my life every day. So it's fascinating at first when I see other people go through it, and then it kind of loses its appeal, But anyway, his other channel is Ghost to the Roasted, and that's where he invites the audience to help him do reactions to the paranormal vids that are sent in. I want to show you the colors that I'm working on. Okay, the mint is Big Twist. Oh, I was lucky. I got all Big Twist. Yes, I did. Look at me. Yay. I got the Varsity Green. I started to say Varsity Green, but I remember getting okay, but anyway, that's Varsity Green. This is mint. I forgot we have to hold it close. I'm sorry. And then the Varsity Green. I'm scared to take this one out, but I will. This one is camel. It's beside the green that I'm working with, and that green is just that much left. And the other color that will be added, which this is Mainstay, but it's the sparkling. But you see the sparkles? I think that's so cute. So those are the colors. The names are the names of the family, the human family, are in the purple. I consider them the royalty of their household. It's husband Dalen, wife Stacy, who used to be Miss Michigan, and daughter Axel, and she is a true princess in every sense of the word. And um, then they have two puppies, two English bulldogs, uh, Tito and Taco. So their names are, I was considering putting their names in white. I think I'm going to see where it is or where it falls in the color scheme, because I might make their names the opposite of whatever green I'm using. Like if I'm in the mint, I'll make it the varsity green. And if I'm in the varsity green, I'll make them mint. Did want to put them in the blanket because they are part of the family. I understand how it is from, bless your heart. Um, I understand as long as you hear that does my heart good, Kiera. It really does. I wanted a Newfoundland Mastiff. That's what I want, but I'm allergic. So the only fur baby I have is my bitty kitty. That's what I have. And she and I sleep together every night. I have a teddy bear also that was sent to me from Iraq when my son was over there. And those are my two stuffed animals. So I have a bear and a kitty. I love dogs. I love dogs. I have a strong love for cats, but I first found out I was allergic to cats when I was 7, even though I have owned cats as an adult. I got them when they were very young, and they understood that they would have baths frequently and that they were going to be indoor cats. So, um, my a bit, keeping the dander under, because that's what it is basically with the cats, is the fur and the dander. And if they claw me, uh, one claw that goes in me would swell up my whole wrist. Yeah. So after my family made me become Dr. Kevorkian because it was the humane thing to do, I decided after after the last pet I had to take, and it was shocking when I took her. Her name was Kiwi. She was our cat, and I couldn't bring her back home. And I told myself, then that's it for the pets. I'm done. I can't emotionally do this anymore. Um, the dogs that we have had, I grew up with a German Shepherd. My German Shepherd and I were pretty much inseparable. You hear about Mary had a little lamb. Well, Kitty had a big German Shepherd. And if he could have followed me to school every day, he would have. Rex was my baby. He was my heart. I used to tell everybody we were twins. You know, I would bark and he would bite. He was a very good guard dog. Um, he was an excellent protector. He noticed things about me that no one else noticed, but it caused my mom to look into some things about me health wise that probably no one else would have noticed. Um, yeah, there have been neurological issues in me all my life. All my life. So when I heard the doctor say, no, it's not MS, it's focal seizures, I understand. I get it. But whatever it was, it's been with me my whole life. Um, so, my daughter has dogs. My daughter has MS, and uh, she has a pit who's missing an eye, but this pit has been trained to be a service dog. And whenever my daughter is having a seizure, not a good day, whatever, um, her name is Yanni, Of course, Grandma gave her her own name, which is Kawana Lulu. And when we talk on the phone and she hears her name, she comes to the phone just to talk to her grandma. That's my Kawana Lulu. My daughter also has a beagle who is a support dog, just to keep her emotions up. So I've been around dogs all my life. I wanted to be around cats. I've had birds, turtles, rabbits, out on the snake once. Um, you hear the once. I've had bearded dragons. With my son coming up, we had all kinds of things in jars. And he got really, really upset with me because every time I saw a creature of the eight-legged whatever, hmm it got out of my house. We even had a squirrel. Yes, we did. My son rescued a squirrel, and I named the squirrel Slappy. Some of you will know exactly why if you watched Animaniacs. So those are my plans as far as upcoming is concerned. I did reach out to the young lady I was donating my things to, who wanted to take everything to the oncology center. I've not heard from her in over a month. So my plans are to try to find this oncology center myself and take those items and donate them myself. So that's where that stands. Um, I am also on this shawl poncho kick. So, being that I love graph ganning so much, probably this summer, as I sit in the house under AC, I'm going to be trying to incorporate those two. I already have one, which I call an angel poncho, that I'm working on trying to get together. I had to put it aside for a while so I could catch up. But yes, yes, there are several things. And I'm going to take you all with me on this journey. I'm going to gladly take you all with me on this journey. Um, as I get back into the graph ganning, I'm starting to find my joy again. I didn't realize that getting away from something and learning new things, it's great. But when you sacrifice your love for it and you start missing that love, it'll pull you back real quick. It really will, especially if you pick something up and say, no, this is what I need to be doing, and you start doing it. It's nothing like it. It's fulfilling and rewarding every stitch that you put into it. So I am drinking my Folgers. I mix the Folgers Black Silk and the Folgers 1850 Black. Um, Both of them are strong. The 1850 stronger. I've done the double 1850, and I look like one of the ducks at a fair. So I cut it back a little bit and went with the Folgers Black Silk, which is the strongest mainstream that they make. The creamer I'm using is International Delight. Love is Blind. Y'all, it tastes like a wedding cake in my cup. You can taste the chocolate, you can taste the strawberry, you can taste the cream. It's like a wedding cake with white icing and strawberries. A chocolate wedding cake with white icing and strawberries. It's so good. It is so good. This is absolutely fabulous. But, but, so my sister Michelle won't fuss at me. This is my second one today. My second one today. Pebbles, I am so glad you came. I really, really am. I really, really am. And no problem, Emily. I understand. I understand. I pop in so that I can share time with everybody and we can just talk about some things. I love the fact that you all comment back. It does my heart all the good in the world. It's not like sitting here making a video where you're just talking and trying to find things to say. Come on, Michelle. How did I know? Really? How often do we have this conversation? I know. And it's not just the, wait a minute, it's not just the pizza bottle. I am ready with backup. That's what I do. I'm serious. I do the 2 8-ounce coffees in here. So I have to have the 16-ounce bottle of water to set it off. And then as I sip to my next drink, which is going to be cranberry juice, then I'm going to drink water to set that off. Whatever I drink, I have to drink the water to match it, at least. I'm usually drinking more water. Now I'm going to put you all on mission. And it has nothing to do with crochet. It has to do everything. It has everything to do with keeping your sister cool. If you all run across any fans that will control temperature in a room, please let me know. Our situation is, of the 4 of us here, 2 of us are anemic, and that's my daughter and my granddaughter. My grandson and I are not anemic at all. We are not anemic at all. So remember, guys, when you're drinking water, whatever you're drinking throughout the day, make sure, especially with summer coming up, that you replace your electrolytes. Make sure that you have plenty of alkaline in your water. The best alkaline water I could have ever had. I wish I could remember the name of it. When I worked at the hotel, there was one of our guests that came in, and he and I got to be really friendly. And he said, "I want to send you some water." I'm thinking he's going to send me a case of water. This man sent me a whole pallet of water. We had water under the kitchen table, on the kitchen table, sitting on top of the dryer, sitting all over the laundry room. I mean, piled all the way up to the shelf that was over us. We had water in our rooms. We had 3 bedrooms. We had water in the living room. And my oldest daughter lived over here in Hampton already. And every time she would come over, she would take at least bring a couple of bottles back over here. Michelle, I'm doing that. I wish I could grab the bottle and show you. We got 3 bottles that we keep in the freezer, and we just interchange those bottles. And but it's not. I think I'm being a little extra because I want an oscillating fan. I do. I don't, and the fan I have is a box fan. The reason I'm looking for another fan is because I've had this fan probably 16 years. And this is Alaska. Yeah, this is Alaska. We can't get our temperature lower than 72. Yeah, we can't get it lower than 72 because my daughter and granddaughter would freeze, and I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I just want, excuse me, I'm sorry. I just want the lower temperature in my room because I don't want to make them uncomfortable at all. I know that's right. I absolutely know that's right and agree wholeheartedly. That's one thing I don't do for y'all in the live. I don't sing to y'all in the live. I'm going to have to do that. Tomorrow I have two special birthdays coming up. Is one gentleman who I call my brother and have for 45 years called him my brother. And another young lady who is my sister in Christ from church. Both of them have birthdays tomorrow. Jill Shoe Inserts. Happy birthday to your aunt. What's her name? And the gel inserts would work if I wore shoes. I'm a country girl. And when I go get the kids from the bus stop, I may or may not wear shoes. I'm on my scooter. And I'm a tree hugger. So, I might run my feet in the grass while I'm out there. I believe in staying one with the earth. Michelle, Michelle, how do we come in this world? That's the way my feet and legs always are. Wow. Okay. 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 Yeah, if I had done the coconut oil before I got up here, I would I would show you my feet. I don't mind showing you my legs. I think I have pretty legs. But I would show you my feet. But right now, it looks like I have on snowshoes, and I'm not going to show that. I'm not afraid to show. I just don't want to. I don't want to give you all that bad experience. I love you guys. Dory! How are you? Oh, bless your heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. A frozen bolster for the smaller. Now that I've had to do. And you know what? Even though my kitty is filled with foam, when I'm having a really, really bad night or it's too warm for me, I will take her and toss her in the freezer for like 2 hours. I'll just kind of like spritz her with water and I will stick her under my neck because once I get cool, I'll go to sleep. And just to have her up under my neck, I'll go to sleep almost instantly. But I just want to be comfortable during the day. I want to be able to open my blinds like I do just about every day and still be comfortable. And I don't want to make everybody else uncomfortable. Yeah. It's like now the thermostat is reading 74. I'm miserable. But my daughter is, and even right now, sometimes she says that she's cold. And I can see her shivering, and I don't like to see that. I don't like to see that. Dory, I'm so glad you made it. I am. So I think the interesting thing, I'm going back to the ponchos now, y'all, the Grafton ponchos. I think the interesting thing is going to be whether to work it from the top or the bottom. Most of my Grafgans that I do, I work from the bottom up. And sometimes I'm so fascinated by it and watching it grow. I will take a picture for every row that I do. And then when I realized that I was really blocking up my phone, I told myself, maybe you have to take it in segments. Maybe after every 20, 25 rows, take a picture. But it's just fascinating to me. I think that's why I enjoyed being a carpenter so much. As a child, I used to play in the sandbox, and the babysitter used wood to in the wood stoves instead of coal or chopped wood. We had a sawmill close by, so they would bring the little 2x4 chunk blocks, and they were dumped close to the. It became close to the sandbox, and I would take those blocks and I would build. I love building things. I love to see things transform, like from a stream to a hat, a washcloth, a shawl, a scarf. I just, that fascinates me to see things progress into something bigger, something better. And sometimes I will pick up yarn and just crochet to see what is it going to be, you know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The pillow thing, if we had room in the freezer, I would. Honestly, please change those diapers. Yes. I miss that part of raising kids. I do. Pebbles, that works for some people. And then you have people like me who happens to be allergic to everything. So that doesn't work for me. That's why even though I have the box fan and want an oscillating fan, I keep it pretty much on me, and being that God decided to bless me with the first letter of his name, yeah, they're huge. So I find myself lifting a lot. Yes. Yes, yes, we do, Dory. Yes, we do. Excuse me. But yeah, I have not niched my idea for the beach towels. It's just that when the surgery thing started coming along, I was like, I am not going to be able to showcase these towels on the beach at all. So I still have my plans. And when I can start buying yarn again, because I've been put on yarn restriction, um, then I'm going to definitely. And I think that's one of the things that is going to fascinate me the most. Like I said, when I get back into purchasing yarn, I want to try using the Dollar Tree yarn only. So every month when I get my stipend, I'm putting it aside. And excuse me, I'm when I'm able to go back and get what I need. There are Dollar Trees close to me, and I'll probably hit them up for all the yarn that they, because neither of them ever has a whole lot. So I am definitely going to, yes, work on those towels. And like I said, that's another journey that we will be undergoing together. I can't use anything. I can't use anything. The best I can do is every now and then when it gets really, really, really bad, is go get some ice, put it in some cold water in my sink, and just saturate my washcloth and just let it stay there until I cool off. I have to build back up to Tamil. I love Tamil yarn. And I go absolutely bonkers when I go into their site. So what I do just to ease that drive, I will go fill up my basket and then I'll empty it. And then I don't have the desire to fill it up again. But every time I have that Temu itch, that's what I do. I go fill up that basket. I wish they had a wish list like Amazon does, you know? Yeah. That have you tried? Has anybody tried the Sheen yarn? I've not tried it. I love dresses, so I'll get a lot of my dresses from Sheen. They fit so well. Oh my God, they just like fall right. They can make a big girl like me look like a glamour queen. I'm telling you. So I do like the Sheen dresses, but I've not ventured out with them so much. So has anybody tried that? I'm interested in knowing. Well, of all the yarn that I have found, I am seeing the progress in my stash going down. And whereas I've given myself to the end of August, I'm going to keep it right there for right now. I don't want to jump the gun, but that's what I'm shooting for. If it happens before then, great. But I'm definitely, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I am definitely looking forward to the new start. I am. I thought that when I first got the balls, I was going to immediately roll them into cakes. Okay, I understand. Me and polyester get along really good though. And like I said, I love the way they just fall on me. This isn't from there. I think a neighbor gave this to me along with two other dresses. And I think she got them from Roses. These are all cotton and they feel really good. They're cool and comfortable. But I was thinking about rolling those balls into cakes and using them. And I still might because sometimes it's kind of hard to find. I'm a center pull girl too. And sometimes it's kind of hard to find that center. So I might just go ahead on and transfer them into cakes and pack them in the cubbies that I have, the cloth cubbies that I have by color. I'm still going to turn those cubbies on this side so they will be displayed and I'll be able to see what I have. And it's going to be fascinating to see my cabinet grow back up. I'm going to take about 15 minutes today and crunch everything that I have because I have a few stains other places that I need to put up there. And then I'll bring one of the cubbies out. I might be able to get two up there. Two of the cubbies out of the closet up here. And that'll make it look, I'll see growth in that. I'm bringing them out of the closet a little bit at a time. But yeah, don't forget at the end of each month, I will be holding auctions. And I do thank Pebbles. Pebbles was my purchaser at my last auction. And Pebbles, we'll talk. We'll talk. I got you. Um, so I was fascinated by that. I went into it with hope, but no expectations. I think that's the best way to put it. Hoping I would do well, but not expecting good or bad. Just basically testing the waters to see how everything was going to be. And it worked out really well. People were corresponding, they were interacting. I got some really good ideas. And I'm appreciative of that. Anytime you have anything to tell me that might help me on my journey, I'm so appreciative. I don't have beat you in the head prices. I do include shipping in my prices. Excuse me. It is also like a storefront as I open. If you see anything that you're interested in and you want me to make it of a different color, please just let me know. I'll let you know what the price is, and we'll get all of that straight, and I will make it and get it to you. I love to crochet. I absolutely love to crochet. So, with all of that being said, like I said, don't forget my video start of this week is Lori Stories and Crochet. And ASL. ASL, I took off just a little while, but I'm going to get back to that as well. So be looking out for T through Z. And then we're going to have the big quiz. And then we're going to go into colors and numbers. I want us to be able to do the thing, to do all the things, as Juan says. So, yes, definitely be looking forward to that. I'm also going to be increasing, enhancing, beautifying my art wall. So as I get back into my chair, you'll be able to see the artwork of my kids and my grandkids. And yeah, so those are things that we have planned for Create and Relate with your baby boomer. Yes, Kitty from the Peninsula of Virginia. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap this up. I love the fact that each and every one of you are here. I so appreciate each and every one of you. This has meant the world to me. I never did get it up on the TV, so you had all of my focus right here with you guys, and I love you for it. I absolutely love you for it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot say it enough, but I'm going to pretend that I just did because I don't want to run you away with the thank yous. Know that I love you. And as I always tell you to do, please, please, self love is so important, people. It is so important. Always practice self love. Remember to be bold, be brave, be of love, and behave. Remember, Kitty told you. So until we see each other again in these YouTube streets, I love you, and it was good seeing you too. I love you guys. It won't end.